Hello, beautiful soul. In this video, we are going to be discussing current ascension cycle and ascension timeline that we all are co-creating. Different variations and configurations of spirits, souls from different parts of universe, galaxies, and planetary origins have come together to experience cycles of reincarnation in the physical plane of existence on this planet, Earth. I'm excited to be sharing with you more definitions and more data about different configurations of soul groups. We are going to be discussing who are Starseeds, who are Lightworkers, who are Indigo Beings, who are human hybridized beings, and who are organic, original human beings. Why is it important to understand your spiritual lineage and to understand the nature of creation of your soul? As you can see that we are experiencing so many different dynamics on planet Earth. Even though we are one unified field of collective consciousness, of humanity, however, we have differences. We live in different continents, we are born in different origins, we look differently, we speak different languages, we have different virtues. There are so many differences. Everything that we are experiencing on planet Earth and everything that we are witnessing here is a manifestation and direct reflection of a bigger picture of creation. When we are incarnated on planet Earth, regardless of your cosmical background, regardless of what kind of soul, what kind of different background you have, and soul lineage that you come from. When we are born into physical plane of existence, quite often it takes us a while to remember who we truly are. Sometimes it takes lifetimes. Sometimes soul is born with a very clear understanding and knowledge about life mission, with full remembrance of the truth, access to the cosmic wisdom. Sometimes it takes us decades. Sometimes it takes us whatever amount of time it takes us. However, eventually, every soul that is incarnated on planet Earth is gently guided and nudged by own oversoul, higher mind, higher self, spirits, ascension team, councils of light, archangels, and so on, guided towards remembering who we truly are, remembering the truth of creation, embodying soul gifts, and expressing soul mission on planet Earth. It is important to be able to determine and to identify with great precision your own skills, your own virtues, and the data that is your legacy of light. So we are able to express our soul mission here on planet Earth. There are so many different dynamics and there are so many different templates that humanity is experiencing. However, it all comes down to feeling fulfilled, feeling happy, being able to feel, express, share love, and expressing the divine purpose. These are the key fundamental principles that humanity, regardless of different configurations of souls, are longing to discover and longing to embody and experience. So in this video, it is my greatest honor to be sharing with you some pieces of information that would be assisting you on your journey of gaining more awareness, gaining more understanding of who you truly are. The same way as there are so many different calculated systems such as astrology, numerology, human design, gene keys, and there are just infinity of different ascension tools that are helping us, that are helping our human awareness to connect to our infinite nature and to identify our strengths, what our challenges are, our mission, and those tools are also giving explanations of dynamics that are playing out in our reality. However, knowing your soul lineage, knowing your original background, knowing the origin of your soul, takes it all to a whole different level. You get to understand the nature of your experiences in a different extent. You get to truly see how you can fully embody your soul, gain and achieve and truly merge with the empowerment that your soul has, and take your human journey on a whole different level, express your life mission, and step more into the role of being empowered, sovereign co-creator with the universe. Such approach offers direct pathway out of different enslavement matrices of victimhood, different dynamics that humanity have been experiencing for many decades, if we are to perceive it through our written history of humanity. However, history of humanity has been written and rewritten so many times. And in fact, when we access more of our heart consciousness, when we embody more of our soul frequency, we shift from one level of awareness to a whole different level of awareness. We embody more refined frequencies of our own being, and different dimensions and realities of our soul become more accessible. And history of humanity in those dimensions looks completely different from the previous time frames and previous time-space matter continuums, where you have been receiving information about, Jesus Christ was incarnated on this planet in that particular timeline, or this war has taken place during those years or during those cycles. The truth can always be accessed directly through the field of the infinite knowing, and connecting more and more day by day to your own heart, to your own soul, opening up your human awareness takes you directly home to the origin, where you can rest, drink up, and receive all information, all data, all energies, all frequencies, all quantum technologies, programs that you need in order to fulfill your golden promise, your soul mission on planet Earth. Let's talk about starseeds. Starseeds are groups of souls who come from different planetary origins in order to be incarnated in a physical plane of existence on Earth. Starseeds have experienced multiple cycles, not only of incarnation, but also completed cycles of ascension in different quarters of the galaxy, accumulated necessary data, necessary background, wisdom, quantum technologies, and full access to their source divine consciousness in different parts of the galaxy. Then they have agreed to participate in this ascension cycle on planet Earth. So starseeds look exactly the same as humans. However, the different DNA strands are activated in a slightly adjusted extent. The purpose of incarnation of starseeds groups on planet Earth is to awaken the sovereignty of all species, to liberate all sentient beings from grand illusion, from different control matrices, from different paradigms, and from different inorganic structures that not only humanity is experiencing, but multiple different beings are experiencing throughout the universe. Starseeds are beautiful beings who are birthed into physical plane of existence with precisely measured and calculated genetic coding. Starseeds tend to incarnate into exactly the same bloodlines over and over again, modifying, strengthening, and light code infusing, light frequency infusing specific genetic lineages in order to activate the alchemy within blood, to activate Divine Mother and Divine Father templates. Stars tend to have direct access to the memory field of creation. It means that majority of starseeds are fully aware of their true identity and the origin of their soul. They are aware of their life purpose. They tend to be freedom-driven, sovereignty-driven, and it is a direct responsibility for the groups of starseeds to come together, to amplify and strengthen the field of each other. This is why starseeds tend to come to groups, find communities, build communities, or initiate global movements that are enlightening the masses and bringing to the broader field of souls information of higher realms. Starseeds, they always are curious about creation, and it doesn't have to be one configuration that a starseed soul is birthed, and it comes with fully aware consciousness and sees through the veil. Sometimes it takes time to overcome karma, to transcend it, to embody more of light codes, to experience electrical system being recharged enough to experience grand activations of consciousness. However, starseeds, they have connection to the future timelines and channeling, bringing information, bringing innovations, visions, bringing new technologies is the direct responsibility of these groups of souls. Starseeds, they embody codes of compassion, mercy, kindness. They tend to be very loving beings and beings who have a tendency to support others on their journeys. There is a difference between being a healer and being an empathic being. Starseeds tend to nurture humanity through their own heart, because the direct connection to source every single being is experiencing through activated heart consciousness. And starseeds are the beings who have access to that heart consciousness to the extent that allows them to draw visions from the future versions of humanity and realign current version of humanity to its future timeline. We all are experiencing ascension, and we all are participating in this cosmic event together. We all have our purposes. There is no comparison. There is no hierarchy when it comes to fulfilling our own purpose. Starseeds, it is their mission to help activate the sovereign organic blueprint of humanity and all beings. This is why they incarnate on planet Earth with access to different cosmic information, cosmic data, and their home origins, their home frequency. So they draw this frequency through their channels, through their body, and embody it and express it with humanity. Starseeds are beautiful, loving souls of group of souls who see the vision of humanity being anchored in seven-dimensional plane of existence. This is why when we are speaking of ascension, we have to apply the term of multidimensionality. It is unavoidable for every single human on planet Earth to eventually come to a realization that we do live in the multiverse. We live in a multidimensional reality. And in fact, we all are experiencing a reality in the moment of now. When we speak about future and when we speak about past, realistically, we apply now. Starseeds, in the moment of now, they are directly connected to the versions of self and versions of humanity that have embodied more of divine source, divine mother, father, consciousness, unity consciousness, have transcended separation, have transcended codes of scarcity, and have transcended different enslavement matrices, embodied more of unity, embodied more of oneness, and embodied more of own soul frequency and soul consciousness. This is why this group of souls are here with us, and they are helping to lead humanity into future timelines. I'm wondering, are you one of those beings, or are you an indigo being? And in the next chapter of this video, we will be speaking about beautiful indigo beings. Indigo beings, a group of extraterrestrial souls who have undergone through multiple stages of different DNA upgrades and different experiments and advancements of light DNA. When they are incarnated on physical plane of existence in human form, they have direct access to the mathematical coding of the universe. Quite often we refer to indigo beings as the hybridized beings. Majority of population that are incarnated on planet Earth right now of indigo beings or hybridized beings, they come from different genetical stations or different spacecrafts within the quantum field from the Pleiadian star nations. So most of the time, hybridized beings, they have a large percentage within their quantum DNA, within their light DNA of Pleiadian strands. And also these beings, they are connected to the high wisdom of the star nations. Pleiadian beings, they are very unique and wonderful beings who are also fulfilling their purpose in creation. And indigo beings, it is important for them to be brought into physical plane of existence via adjusted environments. So when we speak about parenting and raising and bringing into physicality different beings, we have to understand the uniqueness of those souls. Of course, as parents, it's very difficult sometimes to be able to channel directly what kind of child we are having. So no judgment there. We are just talking about different modalities for different beings, how they are to be raised, how they are to be treated, and how they are to be understood. Because when we understand the nature of uniqueness of other beings, we get to co-create more harmony together. Understanding always leads to embodied wisdom, and embodied wisdom is the mastery of love that we have alchemized to our being, through our own heart, through our own experience. So let's talk about indigo beings. When indigo beings are born into physical plane of reality, it is important to apply holistic ways of bringing this particular group of souls into their maturity. It is important to understand that these types of beings, they are not to be vaccinated. They are not to be subjected to any, how do I even say that? Modern and classical medicine. By your molecular structure of their light DNA, I know it's hard to understand and comprehend this particular type of wording, but trust me, I will guide you into the timeline where you will be able to understand this just like that. These types of beings, they need special holistic approach when it comes to medical treatment. educational systems, they also have to be adjusted in order to be exposing these hybridized beings into nature, compassion, and mercy. Their empathy, their humility is slightly adjusted. It doesn't mean that those beings are not empathic or cold-blooded. It's not that type of being we are speaking about here. They are to be reminded what it's like to experience physical incarnation on planet Earth through love. This is why these types of beings, quite often, they are birthed into families and genetical lineages and bloodlines where human beings, they tend to live off-grid, or they are striving, they're seeking for these types of realities to be experiencing completely as far as possible from major mainstream consciousness and mainstream's ways of thinking and matrices where, you know, humanity is working 9 to 5 days a week, and experiencing 1 month off work. This is just one configuration. Indigo beings or hybridized beings, their purpose is to also download high wisdom from different planetary consciousness and to assist reinscription of the planetary consciousness into a different mathematical code. The universal language of creation is through sound, is through sacred geometry, through numbers, and through colors. Indigo beings, they are detailed, orientated souls of groups. They are perceiving information through their high mind and through their heart. However, their heart consciousness is to be activated. They are to learn how to love each other. They are to learn how to feel safe. They are to learn how to open up their hearts to, first of all, themselves, to the divine cosmic Mother, Father, God, source consciousness, and also to open up their hearts to humanity. When you are encountering indigo beings or hybridized beings, you may be feeling that in their presence you are experiencing so much ease, and that you are downloading different ideas that later are translating into very precise directions that you are to take in your life. This is how their field is operating, because they are infused with so much light frequencies and codes from their cosmic origins, that it is their mission to be sharing their field with others and supporting others to reawaken their long-term memory, to access their soul wisdom and soul consciousness of their heart. Indigo beings, they are to be truly loved, to be truly nurtured and understood, that they come to planet Earth to facilitate ascension for all the beings, yet their biggest, not so much challenge, but the lesson that they are learning is how to be loved, how to feel safe. And I hope this information is helping you, or helping those beings who are around you. And in the next chapter, we are going to be speaking about Lightworkers. When we speak about Lightworkers, when we talk about these types of consciousness that humanity is expressing, quite often we use the misconception when it comes to understanding of what this term is actually meaning. It is not a mask, it's not an identity, or it's not the action that we do when we say, I'm a light worker, I'm here to enlighten humanity and to heal the blueprint of collective consciousness. Light workers are souls of groups that are originated and co-created with consciousness of Gaia. It does not mean that these beings have no access to cosmic and planetary and universal consciousness. It means that one of the first sets of incarnations that they are experiencing or have ever experienced have been on Earth. Maybe it is the current one. Lightworkers, they embody angelic DNA. They also embody galactical DNA. But the main DNA strands that have been activated for eons throughout many different cycles of ascension are the DNA strands that have been originated and co-created with consciousness of this planet Earth, Gaia herself. Light workers, they have a tendency to be drawn towards healing, restoring, calibrating, expanding consciousness of humanity and also planet. Light workers, they are strongly passionate about calibrating the organic grid of planet Earth. We speak about grid work so much, and light workers, they have ability to heal consciousness. Their presence is warm, their presence is loving. Their life mission is to be creating spiritual bonds between all species, unifying all species into one coherent groups of souls that are incarnated on planet Earth, that are co-creating with consciousness of this wonderful planet. Light workers are beings who are driven by harmony. They are motivated by bringing peace into every dynamic. To understand how to be co-creating with light workers, you have to be aware that those beings in their field, they're carrying codes that are activating peace and harmony. However, please be aware that their system sometimes can be invoking in you those programs, those templates that you are to address in order to embody the highest timelines of your peace, the highest realities of your harmony. Light workers, they are like beautiful bees who are creating and downloading different modalities, different visions from the consciousness of Gaia. Gaia herself, the planetary consciousness, is communicating with all of us, communicating with all beings. However, light workers, they tend to have a direct connection with Gaia. They are very loving when it comes to nature. They are in tune to the consciousness of animals. They are in tune to the consciousness of different kingdoms on this planet, such as Albion Kingdom. They are in tune to different star nations and different species who are experiencing reality in inner Earth, in parallel realities. Consciousness of light workers is attuned to the multitude of different realities that are exchanging data with each other simultaneously and always fine-tuning their streams of consciousness to be able to download and to embody codex of peace. Light workers have been experiencing incarnations on planet Earth for over 5,500 years. I know that history of humanity may state something alternative. However, when we are looking at the time frame continuum that right now humanity is more or less stabilized, which is the bridge between fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensions, and eventually seventh dimension, this is the time frame that can be stated and mentioned. So light workers, they have been on planet Earth leading humanity and co-creating with all species in order to create harmony, in order to create more coherence, to achieve more of collective peace and reduce level of conflict, reduce level of wars, reduce and take down hierarchy. So it is important to understand that as much as we all are collective field of humanity, we all look differently, or we look the same. We look differently when it comes to our expression. However, we look like the same species because we are species of human race. However, when it comes to quantum DNA and light DNA, there are so many different differences. differences, variations. I'm inviting you to truly relax into the understanding that all groups of souls that are experiencing and co-creating, facilitating this ascension and ascension timeline, we all are working together. We all have our own purpose to fulfill. I hope this information helps. And in the next chapter of this video, we are going to be speaking about walk-ins, groups of souls who are referred to as walking souls. Walk-ins are groups of souls that experience ascension through different configurations of consciousness simultaneously. When we speak about walk-ins, we apply understanding that these souls are choosing to experience human incarnation only for a certain period of time and not complete the full lifespan of one human avatar. Let me give you an example. Quite often, human beings, due to all sorts of experiences, lose their memory, and once they awaken and when they wake up to their reality, they are to learn what it means to be human anew. Sometimes you may see that these beings reflect and express the changes in their behavioral patterns, their characters change completely, or the nature of their preferences, their motivations, and the driving force behind their action changes. So basically, it's a different being that is continuing life in the same body. Or you may be witnessing that eventually a soul or a being is going through a sequence of events or one event that changes personality completely, and you are noticing a whole different spectrum of consciousness coming out in the same being. This happens on the soul level, that one soul is experiencing contract fulfillment to a certain degree, say, for example, to the certain moment of time. And then the next soul is embodying the same vessel. Please do not misidentify this with possession. It's a whole different topic. We are talking about walk-in souls of groups. Such souls of groups, they are coming together and they are creating soul agreements before one physical vessel on planet Earth is formed and birthed. These types of groups, they are coming together and they're precisely calculating and precisely scripting and composing a timeline for one individual being, the biological vessel, to be experiencing activations of different DNA strands and accumulating different set of data, because in the next lifetime or in the next cycle of incarnation, this data will be necessary to be applied. So walk-ins are sharing the same vessel. They are sharing the same biological, physical expression. However, there are different sequences. Sometimes one soul is embodying the same vessel, the soul, for example, that comes from Sirius B or Andromeda or Pleiades or Lyra, any kind of star nation. And then a different soul is embodying the same vessel, but previously the soul that was occupying that vessel has to vacate the physical expression. Vacation of physical expression can take place in all sorts of configurations. It can be overnight, that one day a person falls asleep and experiences some cosmic awakening or a very strange, peculiar dream and wakes up as a whole different person. Not necessarily personality changes, but something changes in the expression of the being. The curiosity is always leading our awareness towards exploration of different aspects of creation. So it's important to understand that this type of soul agreements, they are never violate the sovereign law of creation. It is a free will, chosen activity and chosen soul agreement, and that serves and benefits all beings that are creating a unity handshake with each other to be sharing the same vessel in order to experience different stages of planetary ascension and ascension of the collective field of humanity. Such beings, they are masterful at shapeshifting. Such beings, when they are embodied and incarnated into human vessel, they are bringing codes and templates of innovation. They are catalyzing and initiating changes. They are always invoking global movements of changes that shake the old paradigms and bring new paradigms into physical plane of existence. Walk-in beings, walk-in souls, they have this ability to truly see what is serving all and not only serving self. Such beings, they're always service-orientated. They're always bringing the vision of future timelines from the vantage point and the point of view that benefits all. They are teaching humanity how to be empowered. They're teaching humanity how to open up the heart and to notice the differences among humanity, among all of the beings of creation. They are always invoking radical shifts in consciousness. Sometimes they're starting events, they are launching certain energies that bring chaos and bring changes when it comes to questioning certain dynamics. You may be aware of the fact that sometimes humans, they lose their memories, sometimes they experience spiritual awakening, sometimes they're praying to God to be truly awoken, to be truly initiated into mastery. And sometimes mastery has to be reached through fulfilling the purpose that your human awareness may not be prepared for or may not even expect. However, everything is always divinely orchestrated, and there is always a higher perspective, the higher orchestration and the bigger vision for humanity, for all fields of creation. So walk-in souls, they are highly organized consciousness and groups of souls that are aware of the multidimensionality of creation. They're fully aware of lower dimensions, of higher dimensions, of different realms, parallel realities. And they know that sometimes they have to consent and experience dynamics that may not be so wonderful for their own experience on physical human plane of existence. However, overall, it will be serving the collective field and different configurations of planetary, cosmic, universal, and galactical consciousness. So they are selflessly choosing to be facilitating big shifts, radical shifts, tremendous changes for others, and also experiencing that sometimes at the price of being or in the physical plane of existence only for a certain period of time, to experience, for example, only youth and never experience aging, because aging and maturing is to be experienced by a different soul in the same vessel. And such DNA exchange, such light infusion into one vessel strengthens the spiritual bonds for entire collective field of humanity. And before we close this session, I would like to share with you how to operate and how to communicate and interact with such beings. Maybe you are one of those beings. Maybe you are aware that there are such souls in your field that are walking souls. Please know that such souls, they are here on planet Earth to invoke changes, to invoke and initiate rapid, accelerated expansion of consciousness and activation of our dormant DNA strands and virtues of our heart. They are continuously teaching us how to open up our heart to the same being, however, day by day. If you are aware of someone in your field who is a walk-in soul, or maybe it is somebody who is very close to you, the message and invitation here is to remain curious and non-judgmental, curious and very open to receive themselves, to receive their vision, to receive their frequency in you day by day. And co-creation with such beings is not necessarily easy for other souls. However, they are inviting us to continuously be choosing love, to continuously be choosing to remain heart-centered and to let go of judgments, and to know that one being, the same vessel in the same body, can teach us so much love, teach us so much gratitude, teach us so much compassion, mercy, kindness, teach us and guide us how to be the best, more loving, and the more embodied, more authentic versions of ourselves. So walk-in souls and walk-in vessels who serve for such soul experiences, I would say, for such ascension processes for universe, they are fulfilling the divine purpose at the level that they are designed to. And sometimes you may be noticing that some dynamics that you have encountered in your human journey with people who have been playing out one dynamic or another, have been sticking to some behavioral patterns and showing some virtues and qualities of the character. And then at some moment of time, regardless of circumstances, shift into completely different version of themselves. They speak differently, they think differently, they act differently. Their aura is communicating completely different set of information. Please know that the invitation here, if you are noticing that and picking up that from their field, from their actions, and from their presence in your life, the invitation here is to learn how to love. Not necessarily to be falling into lower dimensional dynamics, but remaining heart-centered and continuously choosing love over victimhood, continuously choosing compassion over judgment, continuously choosing forgiveness over power struggle dynamics and manipulation. It is important to know that everything always serves the purpose. Everything in the field of creation, every being, every type of soul configuration, so serves their purpose. Creation works this way. Everything that has ever been created is to be experienced. And regardless of what types of souls you are meeting on your human journey in this lifetime, please know that everything is always in your field to expand you, to make you more loving, to make you more embodied, to assist you in expressing your highest vision, the highest authentical expression of your soul, and making sure that your personality gets adjusted and always being brought to alignment to the new energies, new templates, new processes that you are to experience. Because often we get so entangled in our daily life routine, and we, on a global level, normalized astrology, we normalized yoga, we normalized different gender principles, we normalized, traveling. You know, some things in the past of humanity, they were not accessible. People did not travel as much as we do now, or they have been traveling, but not at such fast pace. Let's just put it this way. People were not aware of different ways that they can identify themselves and they can authentically express their nature. In the past, spiritual movements and practices that were classified as something alternative because the more established, organized religions and consciousness movements were set as fundamental ones and primordial ones, and everything that was offering something alternative was perceived as bad and was demonized and crucified. And right now we are moving into unity. We are moving into different type of frequencies that we are embodying. We are moving into a whole different set of awareness. And it's time for all of us to normalize multidimensionality, to normalize spiritual ascension and all the ways, all configurations that it comes with. It's time for all of us to gain access to more of creation and not only sticking to what we have already explored, deepening our understanding, deepening our wisdom, and receiving even more libraries from the modalities that are already there for us, that have already been channeled. However, remaining open to download what is necessary to be downloaded during this cycle of ascension and this global ascension timeline that is not only experienced by species here on Earth, but is experienced overall in this current universe that we are part of. I hope this video is providing more clarity for you and gives you some fundamental pieces of understanding how to assess your immediate environment, how to potentially contemplate on what type of soul group you resonate, and understanding that there are pathways how to deepen your connection with yourself and actualizing, fulfilling your soul purpose. If you are familiar and now you are aware that you are raising a beautiful indigo being, you might be understanding why your child is so rebellious or while your child is full of allergies when it comes to traditional ways of curing diseases or illnesses, or any kind of dysfunctionalities in the consciousness, why traditional education is not the best option, because those souls, they require different approach, because they are activating a whole different set of data on planet Earth, and they are to be facilitated with different experiences. They are to be provided for different environments that nurture their authentic being. It's important for all of us to understand who we truly are and what environments, what energies, what dynamics are supporting our own authentic expression. The times and the era of radical suppression, deviation, and demonizing of natural aspects of creation is to be left behind. And on a global level, we are moving more into authenticity, sovereignty, and freedom. Freedom of expressing authentic virtues of our souls, authentic expression of who we truly are, and honoring authentic expression of other beings. If you are noticing, or if you are aware that you are a starseed and you are a visionary, you are seeing timelines of the future, you're full of dreams, you have a tendency to create community, you have a tendency to bring healing modalities and innovational innovation technologies and so on. Honor yourself, do not judge yourself. Know that you are walking your path, and there are many different souls that are incarnated on planet Earth right now who are just like you, not necessarily exactly like you, but they are having shared frequencies, because no soul comes on the planet Earth alone. We all come here with soul family groups, and eventually we are guided towards unifying with like frequency, likewise beings, because when we come together we amplify each other. And it is important for us to be witnessing our own reflection in the eyes of others. It is important for us to see how we are received and also be able to receive others. It's time for humanity on a global level to learn how to love differently, how to be communicating differently with each other, and how to be co-creating visions for the new age of golden or divine human being that is free from all sorts of mind control matrices, enslavement matrices, disempowering paradigms. All of that has already been explored, and there is no need to be continuously relooping the same dynamics over and over again, even though sometimes we know that staying stuck in the past feels comfortable and it feels more familiar and maybe it feels wonderful. However, we are not only here to experience what we have already learned, we are here to evolve. And Earth is evolving. She is moving from Tara to Gaia. She is moving into 7-dimensional plane of existence, and all groups of souls that have been mentioned in this video are serving their purpose. And please know, there is no hierarchy, there is no comparison. Every single soul group is serving their purpose, and within the same soul group there are infinity of souls with their own uniqueness, their own virtues, and we all are to learn from each other. We all are to remember what divine universal love is and how to embody it fully, how to remember it, and how to express it. On this spiritual evolution and expansion window that now has been opened up, every soul is serving as a portal to their soul origin. So when we choose to recall who we truly are, we get to connect to home. We get to feel more of home frequency. We get to feel source consciousness, and we get to infuse that source consciousness into our cells. And guess what happens when our physical cells are infused with source consciousness? When we conceive new different beings, they come with a whole different DNA strands and a whole different vibration set of information. That is their purpose to fulfill and their purpose to express and experience. We all are serving as vessels, and we all are fundamental blocks in creation. There is nothing that is ever redundant or abandoned in the field of creation. We all are to support each other, the same way as those beings who have been walking upon this earth before us. They have been paving the way for us to be incarnated on this planet, and they have fulfilled their purpose. They did what they need to do, and they did it the best they could do, to the best of their ability, according to the vision and the intelligence of the divine source will. And the same is required and requested by us. This is why we all, regardless of our nature and our uniquenesses, we all have this inbuilt GPS that is telling us to turn left, turn right, when to turn, when not to turn, in order to fulfill our purpose. This is why eventually we all are feeling called to seek higher love, higher truth. We all get to seek more peace, more comfort, more harmony and unity. And this is what is called spiritual maturity. And Earth is a beautiful playground that is offering us experiences that make us tap into that spiritual maturity and share it eventually with those ones who are to receive our wisdom. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it serves you well, and thank you so much, beautiful souls. If you are enjoying this frequency, if you are resonating with the message that has been shared with you, if you are feeling comfortable with my way expressing data and streams of consciousness that I'm channeling, please feel free to check my website, to check my Instagram, and to check my wonderful podcast that I'm doing with my beloved friend and my gorgeous dear soul family, soul member. All the information would be here. Somewhere here it would be mentioned, so you can see more of my offerings and connect with me in order to just receive more support on your journey. I'm sending you so much love, and once again, thank you for watching this video. Much love.